I'm kind of going through that process. I talked earlier about like I met these goals.
Mhm.
Did I ever really think I'd be the number 4th lender in Austin? I always kind of wanted to do it, but I'm
Mhm.
not sure I ever believed it. But it
Mhm.
happened,
Yep.
and 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 I'm now ready for a different challenge.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave the mortgage business,
Yeah.
but I guess I've reached enough of there's something else for me out there.
They say from a financial standpoint, but I think this can carry over to an emotional standpoint, is that you pay yourself first, right? When you get
Yeah.
the paycheck, Uncle Sam's going to get
Yeah.
their 40%, your mortgage and everybody else, and then the fun toys that you have, but pay yourself first. And I think emotionally, I think that's even more critical mass, right? That we're expelling all of this energy, and if we just say, from a mortgage perspective, there's a lot that's being asked out of us for good reason, and and we feel like that we have to perform and we have to crush it. And the last couple of years have been just magical from an income perspective,
Right.
but have been, I don't want to say, I think devastating is too strong of a word to use, but very difficult from a work-life balance, right?
Well,
For me, and it sounds like for you, you've got a great team.
No, I figured out how to do it differently this time, and
That's the secret sauce. I mean,
it is
60 seconds. How do you do it differently, right? I need to know this. I need to tape this.
Ah, man, it's how do you say that, right? It's definitely about having the right people.
Mhm.
I have to give credit to, I call it Janie in my life. Janie is my processor
Mhm.
who as we ramped up and during that refi boom, and she started prior to that, but she was just amazing.
Mhm.
And she's no longer works for me. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting about how life changes, but she decided it was time for her to do something else. But after helping grow that team that
Mhm.
allowed us to, being initial about my brothers. I mean, I think
You're almost kind of like,
working with family is really magical.
it can be.
It can be.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, I worked with my brother Rhett at least twice before that didn't
Yeah.
work out.
Yeah.
But part of the reason it works now is because my ego is I don't have the same. I'm just not the jerk I was,
Mhm. Mhm.
and I can see and give him the space to be who he is and have some dignity and
At the office, and for him
at
to
the office. And so I'm a different. He just says like you're a whole different person. But I mean,
You're like, thank you.
when you figure it out, it's really neat. I mean, you see a lot of family businesses that do really well, and then
Mhm.
sometimes they don't. But I love working with my brothers. I love working with family, and the other folks on my team too, of course. But it's neat working with people when you have the kind of relationship that you can just be straight with them.
Mhm.
And sometimes when you have employees, you can't
Mhm.
because there's even rules, like there's laws around
Mhm.
how straight you want to be with them.
Yeah.
But it's nice to be able to go, hey, call this person,
Yeah.
and they're not be like, well, why did he talk to me that way, or
Yeah.
why he had
They
an
understand.
attitude,
Yeah.
or they can do the same thing with me.
Yeah.
So whatever that is,
Yeah.
it happened. In my case, it's I work with my brothers, and we can be that way. And
When
then,
y'all have grown up together, so they
Yeah.
know your personality. They
yeah.
know. Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
it's cool, and I found that to be neat.